About the class of this week is about some common vocabulary and grammar. Okay, we are going to focus on those things. So the first part is going to be vocabulary here. Let's see if this can be opened. Vocabulary to describe personality and character trait. Okay, so we have ambitious. Okay, example, Lowe's goal is to be company president as soon as possible. He's ambitious. Fun loving, Alex likes to laugh and clown around. Everyone loves to be with her. Okay, she's fun loving. Collaborative, okay. This great working together and they get things done in half the time. Considerate, Violet is aware of other people's needs and helps out when she can. Craig wins every race, but he doesn't think he's better than anyone else. That's modest. Carly rarely acts silly. She always pays attention to what's important. Serious. Lisa and Greg love to spend their time chatting with each other. Talkative. If you give Josh a job to do, you can count on him to do it well and on time. He's trustworthy. Okay, trustworthy. So, this is the first activity related with vocabulary. It's good to describe people not only with the normal vocabulary but using kind of more complex one. Not only saying, oh, she is nice or she is friendly. Okay, here we have more vocabulary to use and it's also important that you learn it. Okay? Grammar. Let's see what happens with grammar here. Right? Have the following. I will put it like kind of bigger. We have gerund and infinitive. Remember, gerund and infinitive function as subject, objects, and subject complements. This is gerunds are when the verb is with ing, but that can also be the subject of the sentence. And infinitive is just infinitive. So we have here subject. Collaborating with colleges, you see here collaborating helps get jobs done fast and it's more fun than working alone. As a direct object of a verb, avoid making friends with people who are too talkative. I prefer to spend time with quiet people. So here, the verb with ing is the object of the verb. Here is the subject. And as a subject complement, our goal is to find a trustworthy travel agent to advise us on travel Africa. This is important for you to know. It also appears in Thai because there are certain moments in which the verbs go with ing if it's the subject, okay, if it's the object goes with ing or with infinitive. Some verbs can only be followed by a gerund as the object of the verb. Only gerund. Some verbs only go with ing. Some verbs can only be followed by an infinitive. And you have to learn this. These are called verb patterns. We considered inviting the boss. We don't say we considered to invite. We considered invited. All the verbs after consider go with ing. They've decided to reserve a room for the night. All the verbs after decide go with infinitive. And she prefers going alone, prefers ing. Okay? In this case, you can use both. For lists of verbs followed by gerund and infinitive, you can see in the pages and I will upload a list of verb patterns. Okay? And also all the lists here, I will upload them after you have finished the activities. If not, you can also go online and look for list of verbs with gerunds, list of verbs with infinitive, and you will find out. Okay? So let's move here. Prepositions can be followed by gerunds, but not infinitive. Every verb that comes after a preposition goes with the ing. Example, I read a book about developing. Not develop, need to develop. Okay, adjectives can be followed by infinitive but not by gerund. We are excited to go, not excited going. Okay, these are very strict rules, but you have to learn them, right? Other uses of infinitive. To state a fact or an opinion with an impersonal it. It's a good day to meet you colleges. To state the purpose of an action, I got a good night's sleep to prepare for my first day. To modify an adjective with to or enough, example, they were too late to make the meeting, but they were early enough to participate in the poem. Okay? So, gerund or infinitive after center verbs of after certain positions in the sentence. Okay? It depends. The idea is that you learn how to do them. Okay? That's the first part. Second part. Here. Grammar. Verbs that require a noun or a pronoun before an infinitive. Remember, some verbs can be followed directly by an infinitive. However, in the active voice, some verbs must have a noun or a pronoun object before the infinitive. Example, she ordered them to leave the building. The sign warned drivers not to park. Attentive with the structure, okay? You warn somebody not or to do something. I told her to be on time. Jen taught me to swim last summer. Okay, this is kind of complex, but you are at advanced level, so the idea is that you process this information. Negative infinitive. To make an infinitive negative, place not before the infinitive. They advised us not to come late for the meeting. Remember, to make a gerund negative, also place not before the gerund. They complained about not having enough time. So, some verbs such as would like, want, ask, expect, or need are used with or without a noun or a pronoun object in the active voice depending on the meaning. So, if you put or not put something, it changes the meaning. Example, I like to improve my English. That is, I want to improve my English. However, I like my children to improve my English. Their English too is your children's English, not yours. Matt wants to buy a new house, or Matt wants his parents to buy a new house. She asked to speak to the manager. She asked me to speak to the manager. These verbs require a noun or a pronoun before an infinitive in the active voice. Here we have. They require advise, allow, cause, okay, convince, encourage, forbid. You forbid somebody not to do something. Force, hire, instruct, invite, order, pay, permit, persuade, remind, require, teach, tell, trust, urge, and warn. Okay? Remember, there is a direct object, okay, after the verb. Someone in which the action falls, okay? And you want him or her or whatever to do something. That's the idea. So, which is going to be your homework? You have 2 pieces of homework here. First, FCE use of English, which I will explain, and this one related with what I have just told you. Gerund and infinitive. Here you have to write sentences uses each of the following words according to the instructions. For example, swimming as a subject and swimming as the direct object, okay, of something. And this with all the other verbs. B. Write sentences with to and following the adjective and an infinitive phrase. And you have to use your own idea. Someone is too hardworking, he's too easygoing, or too young, or too important, or weak, to something else happen. Sentence is the same with enough and these adjectives. And here you have to complete these verbs with ing or with infinitive only. This is kind of challenging this week. The verbs that require a noun or a pronoun before an adjective. You have to unscramble the sentences and put them in order. This is also very common in Thai. You are presented with some sentences which are not in order and you have to put them in order. Okay? Complete the statement or question with a negative. Example, she convinced everyone not to eat eat lunch at their desk. And here with a negative gerund, here, not speaking English isn't permitted in our class. Okay? A lot of homework, kind of tough, kind of challenging, more than tough. And the idea is that you can do it, right? In any case, I will be taking some of this next week. So remember to develop it, okay? Good. So that will be, and FCE use of English, you have to complete this, okay? For this week, only the first part, this one, part 1. Then I will be assigning you the other parts, but I have already uploaded the whole PDF, but only part 1, okay? And I will be checking this next week, right? Excellent. Have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and see you for the next speaking session.